Hi, I'm Tony Wake, and this is the Mind Walker Method. And in today's episode, I want to talk about family. Because now, with all the COVID going on, and a lot of us are facing hardships, it's more important than ever to look at close family and within our family circles. Why is it important for us to be in close-knit families, to look after each other, to have support and have that support system in place? Now, technically, family is a matter of DNA, but nobody who says that they want a family or a close-knit group means it in the sense of I want a group of similar DNA, similar genetics around me. They mean that if I'm in a close-knit family, if I'm in a close support group that supports me, I want somebody who I can rely on, someone I can trust, someone who I can open up to in times of turmoil, in times of need, in times where I need to have my needs met, the need for connection, the need for love, the need for that interaction. And that's only truly possible when you have those individuals where they really have a sense of trust towards you and you have a sense of trust towards them. Now, in these dire times that we find ourselves, it's more important than ever, like I said, to have that close-knit family group. But what happens if you don't? What happens if you don't have that close-knit family group? What happens if either you got dealt a bad hand, so to speak, and you got born into a family where, let's face it, not all families are equal. Not all families are the white picket fence scenario where there's that unconditional love, that unconditional support. A lot of times families can be toxic, and within those type of family groups, your psychology gets broken down, your persona gets broken down and changed to such an extent that you sometimes feel lost. There's lack of trust, there's lack of support in those families. Other times, perhaps, you might be one of the lucky few that get born into a beautiful family, a supportive family. One of those white picket fence scenarios where there is unconditional love. There is the situation where it doesn't matter what you're going through, you know that your family has your back. But either way, sooner or later, sometime in your life, whether it's the toxic family scenario where you choose to move away from that scenario and that situation and that environment, or whether it's the situation where you have the close-knit family, you have that loving family, but you move away from them. You grow up, you move out of the house, you go on your own. Somewhere in life, you're going to have to move away from that close-knit family group. And then what? What do you do then when there's the situation of now you're on your own? You cannot be with that close-knit family. You cannot be with that support from that group anymore. Well, that's when we start having what we call a surrogate family. We have friends and other people in our lives that basically stand in as family. Now, true, blood might be thicker than water, but water is just as necessary for life and for sustaining life as what blood is. Now, when we look in the sense of why blood is thicker than water, yes, there's genetic similarities, and if we look back at Cro-Magnon man and the whole tribe mentality and why it's necessary to be in a tribe, at the core of it, as humans, we're pack animals. We want to be in a tribe because looking at evolution, going all the way back, if you weren't in a tribe, certain death was your outcome. So only the survivors got to pass their DNA on, right? So by them passing their DNA on, that is how within our very DNA, it's a required need for every human being to not only feel safe within your quote-unquote tribe, but also to have that unconditional love, to know that you're protected, to know that as much as you're putting into the tribe, the group, the family bond that there is, you're getting the same amount or more back. So it's the combination of not only our genetic DNA that forces us to have the whole experience of blood is thicker than water, but in those situations where the family might be toxic and we break away because of looking after ourselves and survival needs, there will come a point where you feel the need to still have a bond of some way or another. And that bond, that connection that you have with other human beings, that's where your surrogate or your chosen family come in. Now, this chosen family is, in some regards, quote unquote, better than the blood-bound family, and for obvious reasons. Number one, your chosen family, the surrogate family that stands in, you've chosen them based on your own rule system. It's not family obligation, or that you have to make them part of your tribe, or that you need to in any sense like that. It's your own conscious choice. You chose to have them in your life. You chose to make them your family. You chose to trust them on the level that you do. And if they accept that chosen role within your life and you become part of the quote-unquote chosen family, that means that they chose and accepted you for who you currently are. Not for who you used to be, not for when you went through all the sometimes dumb-ass situations when you were a kid and still were unsure of certain things and all that discomfort and awkward stages of your life. They chose you for who you currently are, and they keep on choosing you if the relationship and the connection and the bond keeps growing together for who you are becoming. Not because of some blood-bound or genetic or DNA requirement that there is, but because they're consciously choosing to do that, and you're consciously choosing the same. So looking at it in that sense, that is why the water analogy, why water is just as required for sustaining life as what blood is. That's where that comes in. Now, you might be one of the very few lucky ones that not only have a close family relation, a close blood bond with your family, but that strong friendship within your family as well. Close friendship and family bond with brother, sister, mother or father perhaps. And if you are one of the lucky few, count your blessings, because that is very few and far between, especially in today's day and age. But I regress. When we look at statistics, and yes, I'm going to bring some statistics into this. Statistically, it has shown that during older age, as we get older, it's becoming more and more important for us to have close friendships. Because when they did a study with a lot of folks who are in an old age home, the family bounds that there were, the family obligations of the family members looking after those folks who are in the old age homes, not everyone goes and visits them. Or if they do, they visit once in a while, and it's more or less that they forget about them. It's not a priority in their life anymore. Everybody lives their own lives. And a lot of those family members who feel that, it's my obligation, I have to go, they go, and there's a sense of unnecessity attached to it. Like, I know I have to, but I don't really want to, and it's that internal conflict that comes up. Whereas close friendships, really close friendships, the surrogates or stand-in or chosen family, so to speak, that chosen family, the close friendships, it has shown that they don't go and visit their close friends out of necessity, out of a sense of that they have to, or a sense of obligation of any sorts, but because they choose to. And that type of bond, that type of chosen compassion that there is, that has been shown to not only be psychologically assist the well-being of an individual, but physically as well. And when they went and they did this research, and they found that it's not only psychologically good for the people, but physically as well. They found that those who have long-term friendship bonds, especially in older age, tend to not only feel happier, feel more uplifted, but they tend to live longer as well. So the sustainability of water is needed for a happy life, or for the sustainability of life, is now more important than ever. Like I said, there are different levels, and it basically comes down to, it doesn't matter whether you're getting it from blood-bound family, whether you're getting it from stand-in family, or chosen family, or surrogate family, or whether it's a combination of both. The important thing is that wherever you are in life, connection is a necessity. It's a human need. You need to feel loved. You need to feel that sense of connection, because no person is an island. Nobody is born on their own and left to their own device. If you're alive right now, if you're alive today, that simply means that somewhere in your life, from someone, you received love, you received connection. You weren't born and left and nobody looked after you, then you wouldn't have been alive today. So the fact that you're alive, the fact that you're right now watching this video or listening to this audio, means that somewhere in your life you have been loved, you have had a connection. And especially in the current situation of the world, the current experience that we're all going through, the uncertainty that all of us are facing, it's more important than ever to cherish those connections, cherish those bonds that we have, whether it's blood-bound or whether it's chosen, whether it's stand-in or surrogate. So what I propose to you, every day, from now, every day, phone up your family members, your mother, your father, whether it's blood-bound and by birth, or whether it's adopted, or whether it's chosen and surrogate stand-in. Phone them and thank them for the love that they've given you, for the life that they've given you. Phone your siblings, phone your close friends, your close relatives, those who are really in your life that you know that if you had to phone them at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, you can count on them to be there, that they've got your back, that you have that support system that is there. Phone them and thank them. Make it a daily occurrence. Even if you put names in a hat and you draw one out of the hat on occasion, and just phone them and thank them for being there. It serves to strengthen that bond. It serves to strengthen that connection. And also it serves you by having that gratitude and reminding you of what you have in this world. Because as so many now currently with the COVID pandemic that's going on and the situation that's occurring worldwide, so many have found that nothing is certain. The people who are with you and around you today might not be there tomorrow. So take every day, take every moment that you have and have that gratitude. Have that overwhelming sense of thanking whatever it is that you believe in, whether it's God or the universe or source or whatever it is, the denomination that you want to place on it. Just have that sense of gratitude that you have people in your life that you can rely on. And if you feel that you don't have anyone in your life, if you're in the mental capacity at the moment where you feel you're all alone, that there is nobody that has your back, there is nobody or any support system that you can fall back on in real dire times of need, then please feel free to go to my website, tonywake.com. Go to the contact page, fill in the form, send me a message. My team and I are standing by, so that if you really feel alone, if you really feel like there's no one there for you, then we will be. Let us be your surrogate family. Let us be your support system and stand in. We're more than happy to give the love that we receive in our lives, because it's the only way that love and connection can truly continue going on, by paying it forward. By giving the love that you receive, you will never run out of it. So if you feel that you haven't been given enough love, been given enough comfort and connection, then this is my invitation to you. It's an open invitation. Doesn't matter where you are, doesn't matter who you are, regardless of belief systems, regardless of ethnicity, regardless of any underlying ideas that you might have. We are standing by and we are here to be there for you if you really need it. So I want to thank you for the time that you've given by watching this video or listening to this audio to this point, because that is showing me, and that means to me that the message that I'm giving out, the message that my team and I are really pushing out into the world to want to make it a better place, it's being heard. It's going out, it's being heard, and I know that the more lives that we can touch, the more we can pay forward this movement of compassion and love and understanding for each other. Because like I said, now more than ever, it's truly and genuinely necessary. So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. And again, this is my open invitation. You're welcome to join the Tony Wake family. Thank you, stay blessed, stay safe, and know that from my team and myself, we truly care and we truly love you.